All right, good morning and welcome to Ivy Madness. Right now we're excited to be joined by the Brown Bears. Joining us is head coach Mike Martin, along with Keno Lilly Jr. and Nana Owusu-Anane. We'll start with some opening comments from Coach and then move into questions from the media. Please raise your hand and we'll bring a microphone over to you. Please state your name and affiliation prior to asking your question. All right, Coach, we'll turn it over to you with some opening comments.
Thanks, JJ. Good morning, everyone. And we're excited to be here as well. It's been a interesting season for us. Probably didn't go exactly as we scripted, but really pleased with our team's ability to fight through some tough times, some hard losses. And we're playing our best basketball right now as we head into this tournament. We're excited about the opportunity we have here. Obviously, we're playing against a great team tomorrow, and but I think we'll be ready and happy to take any questions.
Jonathan Tannenwald of the Philadelphia Inquirer. Mike, what does it mean for this program to finally be here, and for you personally for all the years of work you put in to finally be here?
Well, I guess I would say, yeah, it's the first time we've been here. We've been close quite a few times, but it's not like this tournament's been around forever. It's only 6 times. So we're just pleased that we didn't have to deal with any tiebreaker scenarios this season. We put ourselves in a tough spot at 2-6, but the guys continue to believe and continue to fight. And yeah, it's exciting. Obviously, at a place like Brown, where we want to compete for championships. Just getting here isn't enough, but being here, if you're not here, you have no chance, right? So I think it means a lot to the university. It means a lot to the folks that support our program. And as someone who once wore the jersey, it means an awful lot.
Ian Steele, ABC6 Providence. Question for Nana. As a senior, as a leader on this team, what does it mean to you to finally make this tournament, and how do you view the opportunity?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still a junior, but
my fault. You're a junior captain. That's on me. Congratulations, junior captain.
But yeah, I mean, like Coach said, it means a lot. Obviously, especially the way the season went. There was times where we had our lows, but we continue to stay connected, stay together, and to be here is definitely, it's a blessing. We're happy to be here, but we know that there's still more work to do.
Hi, fellas. Nick Coy at ABC6. Nana, for you, you just sort of hinted at it, but you had a strong belief, even when this team was going through struggles, that you would get through it and you would get to this point. So much so that you tweeted, I think it was sometime in January, that you were gonna get through this. What made you believe during that time period that you were gonna be able to get through it, figure things out, and play the basketball that you're playing now?
Yeah, I mean, I think that was really just the whole team. Like, I remember after that was after a tough loss in January against Vermont, home game. A bunch of us after the game, we're just talking in the locker room, we're talking after the locker room, we're just saying that obviously we know we're not where we want to be right there at that time, but as long as we just continue to believe, stay connected, trust in the coaching staff, we knew that we'd be able to flip the switch and turn it around at some point.
Bill Koch with the Providence Journal. Keno, for you. You've played games here before, obviously, but I wonder the trip down this time, if it felt any different, if the atmosphere that you anticipate tomorrow is going to feel a little different.
Well, obviously it's a lot more pressure. We're a lot more anxious, but we have a lot more desire to win since we're in this situation for the first time, and we obviously want to win this championship. So, I mean, everybody's more connected, more together. They're ready to go. So, I mean, that's the only difference.
Hey guys, Scott Cordischi, ESPN Plus in Learfield. Keno and Nana, I'm just curious from your perspective. Coach talked about how the season maybe hasn't gone the way that you had expected, but what is the difference between earlier in the season when the results weren't there as opposed to this 6-game winning streak that you're now riding and you're playing good basketball? What do you see as the difference? What allowed you to turn that around?
I think we've touched on it a lot, but I think it really just goes back to the belief. I feel like maybe earlier in the season We weren't as connected as we needed to be. Our habits weren't where they needed to be. But our coaching staff called us out on that. We continue to call each other out on that. And then just watching the film and understanding that we weren't doing something right, something had to change. So I think we just continue to buy in even more. But the main thing was really just staying connected, continue to have that belief in one another and ourselves, and then just stay at it.
I mean, I agree. Buying in the coach's process every day, focusing on details and practice, and I feel like it just clicked at the right time.
Rob Brown, Ivy Hoops Online. Coach, what's the most important thing for you all to control tomorrow, and what's the greatest challenge when you're facing a team like Princeton?
It's hard to narrow it down to one challenge because they do so much so well. As good as they are offensively, they've been really good defensively in league play. And in our 2 games, we've struggled to score against them. But I think a lot of it starts with their firepower offensively. You have to defend the three-point line. You have to defend without fouling. And you can't give them easy ones. They're going to make enough tough shots. If you have breakdowns and you give them easy ones, whether those are layups or threes, you're going to be in a tough spot. So I would say, those are a few things that we've been talking about. We have a couple of times where we've played them with film that we can look at, maybe try to do a couple things differently. But yeah, they're a terrific team. They've had an outstanding season, and it's going to be a great challenge.
And, just looking at this run, how important has AJ, Lindell, and Chemo been to the last few weeks?
Yeah, I'll start with Chemo. I mean, he's been battling some health issues all year. He missed some games in the non-conference, and he's really just kind of playing through grit and determination right now. It's been a pleasure to see. I think all 3 of those guys help this guy to my right. Keno, so much pressure is put on him from a playmaking standpoint that those guys and their emergence, I think, has really helped. And AJ's a terrific shot maker. He's got good size. He's fearless. He's not afraid of the moment. And Lindell's been, a really good defender for us. We've put him on some of the best perimeter offensive players on the other team. And he can rebound. He can cut. He's made some big threes for us in some key games. At Cornell, home win over Harvard. So. And I would add to that Aaron Cooley now off the bench, I think he's playing his best basketball. Obviously hit a big shot for us last weekend. So, our front court has been our strength all year long, right? Our depth and our versatility and our athleticism there. And I think, getting some support in the backcourt for Keno, I think has been really key for us lately.
Jesse.
Hey, Jesse Doherty from the Washington Post. Mike, with what's happening at Dartmouth with the unionization, do you discuss that at all with your team, just from an education standpoint of kind of what's going on and what that is? Has that been in discussion at all?
You know what? I appreciate the question. It's obviously one of interest. I'm not there on their campus. I haven't really talked to the folks up there. I'm probably not the right guy to talk about that. Obviously our focus is on a huge opportunity in front of us this weekend, but, certainly understand, and appreciate the question. Just don't think that I'm probably the one to answer that.
Yeah, just more broadly, maybe just in this era of college sports with so many changes, kind of what is the balance of maybe maintaining some core values and tradition with kind of having an open mind and sort of trying to figure out what's all going on?
Sure, I think that's what makes our league special. You don't see, and obviously there is some transferring, going on, but I think you see it, especially the 4 teams here this weekend, rosters with great continuity, great stability, player development, kind of the old school model. Let's recruit high school guys. Let's help get them better. Let's develop them and build a great team culture and chemistry. And, I'm sitting next to 2 juniors who were highly recruited but chose Brown and have been really loyal to Brown. And you see them as 2 all-league guys. And I think that's a big reason why we're playing the way we're playing.
And then for Keno and Nana, I know you guys are focused on a really huge game, like Coach said, but have you sort of sought out any information on the Dartmouth situation? I mean, is there curiosity there just in terms just to educate yourselves and kind of what that is?
For me personally, to be honest, I don't really know too much about it. I know with the way our season's been kind of like a whirlwind, we've been more focused on that. But yeah, as of right now, I don't really know too much about what's going on at Dartmouth.
All right, we'll go to Jonathan, then Ian, if you have one.
Mike, you mentioned the the traditional model, I don't remember what the exact word was that you used a moment ago, but do you think that with all that is going on in the league right now, do you think that the way of having done things for so long, going all the way back to when you were a player, obviously, do you think that that can remain, that the league can remain the way it's always been? Or do you think that the league has to be at least more open-minded to what is going on in the rest of college sports and going on around the league, and be more willing to address it instead of just saying, oh, things will be fine the way they've been?
Well, I think we have evolved and we have grown and adapted. I mean, this league goes back to, I don't know, 75 years, long before I was a player. I know I may look that old, but I'm not. And we're sitting here getting ready for a conference tournament. That wasn't the case even 10 years ago. We are on ESPN every game. That was not the case 15 years ago. So we've continued to evolve and adapt and grow to the landscape of college sports while holding true to our principles. And I think that's what makes this league so special. You have continuity, stability, player development, and with that, program development. So that's what we hang our hat on. That's our model here at Brown. Let's recruit guys that are right for us, that fit us, and let's pour everything we can into them and help get them better. And I think with the powers that be, 8 athletic directors, presidents, league office, we continue to grow and get better. You're looking at one of the best conferences in all of college basketball, top 10 conference annually on the women's side, and just outside of the top 10 on the men's side.
This will be the last question, Ian.
Question for Keno. Keno, you guys are on the winning streak you're on right now, but you're entering this first game of the tournament against the regular season champions. Princeton won a couple games in the NCAA tournament last year. How do you view yourselves as underdogs right now? How do you mentalize that part of the game?
Well, obviously the ranking is one thing, but I feel like we're rolling right now. We're on a 6-game win streak. We just beat Yale. We beat Cornell. I know they were both undefeated at home, so those are 2 huge wins. And to get our confidence up, I don't feel like we're the underdog, basically. So.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
You'll go out this way.